Hi guys, it is Neil here, and I am Hannah-less today, so it'll just be the three of us. But currently, I'm at the property on North 47th Street, so let's check it out. So you guys weren't kidding. I mean, these ceilings are pretty incredible. So I'm gonna walk in near the fireplace, do a 360, kind of give you an idea for the space. It is a nice sized living room. And just as the picture showed, it does open up to the master, which is pretty nice. A lot of craftsman detail in there. Overall, it's a very beautiful room. You do have a formal dining room, which is definitely a plus. The last house definitely didn't have this kind of space to eat, and it really does go a long way. Now, in front of us, we have a doorway with two options. One way is going to send us into the kitchen and towards the upstairs, and the other is going to send us to the other bedroom. So I'll walk you this way first, save the master for last. I was actually really impressed. For a bedroom in this age of a house, this is a really nice size space. I want to stand in the corner so you can see it. This bedroom's probably 10 by 12. I can check and get the exact measurements. Closet is relatively deep and a lot more space than I thought it would actually have. You'll see there's a little trap door over here. That's how you access the back of your plumbing. So if you ever have a problem with your tub or your shower, you can reach the pipes through there and take care of it. It's actually pretty nice to have, so you don't have to cut into the drywall. Now we move into the bathroom. It is tiled with a beautiful glass block ceiling, tiled floor and tiled shower. Personally, I enjoy these octagon tiles. I think they're really retro. It does look like it's been updated. Pretty nice in here. Let's take a look inside. Gotta love wallpaper. Now that leaves us with one more bedroom on the main floor. And it does, to me, it feels like it is the same size. And I do want to point out this is what we call Berber carpet. It is a much older style. Definitely could be replaced, but you could clean it for now if you need it. Once again, this is actually a really nice sized bedroom. I'll walk into this corner so you can get a feel for it. The closet on this one is not as deep. I'll show that to you here shortly. Just more of a standard size closet here. One rack. This probably make a really good office. One thing I want to point out is we do have natural hardwood floors. Going through the majority of this main floor, they seem to be in pretty good shape, but as I'm sure you are aware, you can always refinish hardwood and bring it back to life. The windows all appear to be in really nice shape, and I don't know if you've noticed, there's actually some beautiful crown molding that spans across this dining room, and it gives it a really elegant touch. The orange paint for me doesn't really do it for me, but to each their own. As we move into the kitchen, it is a little unique. More of a built-in cabinet style. I haven't tried to open any of these yet. Let's kind of see if we can get a feel for it. You do have a pantry, that's nice to see. Kitchen and a mini dishwasher, gas appliances. Paint in here looks pretty clean, pretty fresh. And the fridge is actually tucked away on this little landing. But let's head back upstairs. I know you guys are dying to see that. There is a door off the kitchen. Sorry I'm so zoomed in. It's a little tight quarters right here. Once again, carpet's a little old, not stained like the last house, but a nice cleaning would go a long way. This over here is the master you saw in all those photos. Very, very unique. This is a really cool space. Here's this view so you can get an idea. I don't know what you would do with it, but you actually have quite a bit of storage over here. I'm not sure how you would use it, but I'm sure you guys would find a way. Going back into the bedroom, I'll stand in the corner like I have the rest. You will notice he does have a TV stand there, which is pretty clever, a TV mount. And a very, very large window to bring in a lot of natural light if you wanted to. As far as closet space, I think this master closet is pretty adequate. It's a true walk-in. I am able to stand in here, and there is quite a bit of space. This bathroom is a little interesting. You have the sink outside with a makeup vanity. You'll notice you have some mirrors that you can use. There's a standing mirror along this wall, very clever. Really makes the space feel larger. And then here is the actual bathroom itself. You'll see you have a little tiny toilet, a little cabinet to keep toiletries, which is nice. Additional shelving, which is pretty clever. And then the sink itself. I haven't touched it. It seems to be running, and I'm not really sure what the cause is, but I feel like I'm better off not getting involved. There's actually 2 glass doors to access your master balcony. You'll see one's more of a French grid style, and the other one's just open glass. Both very nice and decorative. You do have a pretty nice front porch that'll overlook your backyard. Personally, I was a little disappointed in the yard size. I know you said you're going to have 4 dogs, and we'll get down there soon, but I'm just not sure there's going to be enough space for you. Well, let's head downstairs, and from there I'll take you guys around the house, give you a tour of the outside. Don't mind me, I'm just going to take a minute and lock up some of these doors. Stairs are a little steep, but honestly, for 1920, I've seen much steeper stairs in this age of a house. We go downstairs the same way we go to the fridge. Now there is some flooring repair that will need to be done there. I don't know how tall you are, Mitch. I am 6 foot, and I am hitting my head on the drywall as I walk down. This basement is kind of an interesting space. I'll give you a 360 of it first. I know you guys were concerned about storage. I don't know what your intentions were from this space, but there is definitely room down here. So first I want to start in the back corner. Technically, these can't be considered bedrooms because the windows aren't big enough, but it is a nice size room. You could definitely fit a full size, maybe even a queen size bed here. It's probably 14 feet by about 8 or probably about 14 by 9. So it is a nice bedroom. There is your window. There's going to be the closet. As you see, it's not totally finished either, but that's more of a style thing. It has been updated at some point to a breaker panel. That is nice to see. Sometimes in these older houses, we'll still see fuse boxes, and that's kind of a no-go. There is another room off of that. This has no closet, so it can't really be considered a bedroom, and it is a little tighter. We're probably talking 9 by 9. Definitely would make a good gaming room or office or craft space. One thing I did want to point out in this downstairs bedroom is there is evidence of water damage. Water damage isn't always the end of the world. It just depends on the source. Most of the time I find that water damage comes from drainage issues, which are as simple as adding dirt, rerouting gutters, simple things like that, not necessarily a major foundation problem. Now, as we enter back into this main space, directly to the left is that third bathroom. Some things I do want to point out. Bathroom and laundry room. It is a nice size room. Definitely have room to walk around. Both of you could be in here very comfortably. Another window, that's where the dryer port is to blow out all your hot air. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a yellow plug sticking out of that that main, they call this the main waste stack. So that means at some point there has been tree roots growing into the pipe and they had to access it and clean it out. It doesn't have to be tree roots, which is about a 90% chance. Whenever I see that yellow plug, it means they have had that done in the past. So I definitely would recommend having a sewer scope if we do buy this house and have a home inspection. The sewer scope typically runs about $150. They'll run a camera all the way from that line down to the road just to make sure that nothing shifted or cracked or leaking or blocked, because any work you'll ever have to do to a main line gets very expensive very quickly, and I would hate to see you guys fall prey to that. So just a simple little bathroom. Call that a half bath. As far as storage, here is another room. It appears they've been using it as a workshop. I love these old houses because there's just so much makeshift space. I see a light. Let's see if it turns on. It does. Great. So here's where they're just keeping all their chemicals. Overall, I always like to look at the foundation block to see if there's been any major shifting. To me, the block looks pretty good, pretty solid. I do see a couple hairline cracks right here. But like I said, for almost a 100-year-old house, this is actually in really good shape. I'm not too concerned about that. I've seen split entries that are 10 years old that have cracking similar to this. So I'm definitely not concerned about this foundation. You have a little bit of a half wall here that's trying to separate the living space from the utility space. There is another closet down here. Once again, more paint, more housing supplies. It's a pretty nice size as far as storage goes. For the age of this house, I'm actually pretty impressed with the amount of storage we've seen. And this is where you're going to find the furnace and water heater. I believe this furnace is newer. Let me see if I can get an age on it for you guys. Here we go. It looks like it was built or installed in 2011, which is pretty good. It's about 8 years. It will probably last about 20. So that's nice to see. Now from here, let's take a look at the block. Like I said, you can never overstate the importance of making sure the foundation is good. I'm sure you're wondering what these are. It's just kind of where the paints come away. That's not mold or anything like that. Just over time, that paint's starting to chip. I don't think it's a big deal, just something you'd want to touch up every once in a while. It's dry to my hand. It's definitely not moisture. Water heater looks to be about the same age. I'll be able to get an exact age for you if you guys are interested. But before I end this video, I do want to show you guys the outside, so you can take a look at that. So there is a nice little side door here, about halfway up this staircase. As far as yard fencing, we are very, very close. So this side is totally fenced with a gate. You are pretty close to your neighbors. Hope you like them. As we walk around back, there is a very nice little gazebo space. I've seen people hang plants or grow plants on these. I don't know how well plant growing is going to go with 4 dogs though. Like I said, the yard's not huge. I think I would do something different with the shed. See if I could reduce the shed size, because it is actually taking up a lot of your free space. You do have some beautiful old trees. I don't know if you guys are into that kind of thing, but if you are, this is a beautiful, beautiful tree. It does shade most of this yard. You'd be very good from there. This is also a west-facing house, which means in Omaha, Nebraska, the sun is always going to melt the driveway, so you don't have to worry about shoveling as much. You do have a chain link fence that's solid all the way around. I do see a couple missing planks where it turns into a privacy fence, but 3 or 4 planks probably isn't too big of a deal. We come around, still we have solid fence, and then here's where it's not totally complete. I do just want to give you a minute. Personally, I love seeing this type of growth on a house. It's just so cool and classic to me. But let's walk up front so you can see the front view and the neighbors. So I don't know if you noticed, the driveway isn't totally solid. So some people that bothers them, some people it doesn't. You are across the street from what appears to be a 10-plex. Once again, that's a preference thing. Some people don't mind as much, some people do. Once again, you get that really beautiful overgrowth on this house. Really classic look. Your neighbor appears to be very clean on that side. This side of that exterior could use a little bit of paint, but I don't really, the yard is freshly mowed and that's a pretty good sign. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this tour. I am gonna head over to North 82nd and knock that one out for you as well. All right, catch you later. Bye.